breaking, we are taking, this is our time. Just breathe, this won't be a hard fight. The truth cash out in the night.
All right, everyone. How's it going? Good to see everybody. I know we've had quite of a big break lately. We haven't had a show in about a month. Just life has been really, really, really busy. My schedule has just been crazy, and I know that Johnny with his family and sports and things going on, we just get busy, and sometimes the podcast has to take second stage because we do not get paid for this. So our day jobs are very important to us, so we have to work. This is a hobby and for fun and in some purposes entertainment. But sometimes it happens that way. We've never gone that long without a show, but hopefully we don't have to go through that again. Johnny's having some camera issues, as you can see. So as soon as he gets that taken care of,
Yeah,
we'll be good to go.
I'm here. I'm just gonna put a picture of my beautiful face up. How about
All
that?
right.
Because there is a crack that goes, it's on my screen protector that runs right down the
uh,
middle of my camera. And I did not realize that until we got on here and tested things out.
was that what I saw?
So,
It, w-
yeah, that's exactly what you saw.
okay. Well, we
So now
got
you just see my face.
there you go. That's all right. We got Leonard and Sharon, of course, so it's good to see those people and hopefully some other drags in. I mean, because our times have changed a little bit because of my work schedule, so I know it's kind of throwing people off. So a lot of people watch the show later, but it is what it is for me working nights and having to. I mean, literally, as soon as the show ends, I've got to head out the door and head to work. So um, it's just the way it is, you know.
It's all good. We make it work. Do what we can when we can.
And Leonard says, "Stop dyeing your beard gray." He's talking to you, Johnny.
Nah, no, that's natural, my friend. That is all natural.
There's a cure for it. It's called a razor.
Yeah. It looks like you need to use the same razor there, buddy boy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I kind of like mine. But it was really funny. By the time I could grow this, because I'm not a very hairy guy, but by the time I could grow this, it was already turning gray. So I never got to enjoy it when it was dark or
Ah,
anything like that. So,
yeah,
so we got to, huh?
I make it about 3 weeks without shaving, and then I get angry at it and then cut it off. So mine's never for fashion purposes though. Mine is always just straight up. I don't want to shave. So anytime you see that,
Right.
me with a beard of any sort, that it just means I've either been real busy or real lazy, or I just don't care because I'm married with 3 children and ain't nobody looking at me no ways. So there we go.
Yeah. I grew I grew mine because I'm ugly and I needed something else to cover the rest of my face. So pretty easy. If I shave it, then we wouldn't have a
Well,
show.
your
We wouldn't have a
girlfriend
show.
doesn't think you're ugly, so there's at least one person out there.
I I tell her she's blind. I always tell her you're blind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all that balut she's eaten in her lifetime. So
Uh,
all right, let's get going. We've got Ryan Pierce. He's backstage right now, and he was on another show with Adam Pierce. I don't know if they're related or not. It's just coincidental. But Adam hit me up and said he was a good guest, and if we'd be interested in having him on the show, and I said absolutely. So for no further ado, we'll bring on Ryan, and he can tell us all about himself.
What's up, fellas?
Hey
Well,
I can
hi,
Ryan,
what's
how's it
up,
barely hear
going?
buddy?
you, buddy. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Hearing
I
which
can
one of
hear
us?
Joey, but I can't hear Richard.
Really? Because
I don't know.
uh, my stuff's pretty up there. You wearing earbuds?
No, sir. And I changed it to where it's coming out my phone, but I have it turned all the way up.
Yeah, it usually works better if you have earbuds or headphones or something
Yeah.
like that. Because I've got this thing so loud that when I turned it on, I actually had to. Oops.
Maybe if
Let
I
me do
hold it
something here.
closer, I can hear.
I actually had to turn it down because it was blowing my eardrums out. So I had to.
Let me see.
I've got it over 65%.
But anyways, I can hear you good enough. We'll work with it.
Yeah, it's all good as long as everybody can hear
Well,
you for the most part. Well, we're good to go.
Yeah, because you sound great on our end, and I'm pretty sure the people in the audience can hear it too. So,
Okay.
so go ahead and tell us about yourself, Ryan. Ryan, and where you from, and what do you do, and
Well, I'm
nothing
from
personal.
Florida.
Though.
I'm just a construction worker. I side houses, poured concrete for a long time.
Where are you at in Florida?
What's that?
Where in Florida?
Right now I'm in Venice. I was born in Tampa, raised in Hernando, Brooksville County,
Oh, nice.
Pasco County, up towards Richland and Ridge Manor, up in there.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I went to school in Tampa for a little while. I went to Forest Hills Elementary School.
Okay.
And,
yeah, I know where that's at.
Yeah, and then went over to Shaw Elementary. My mother worked for a race car driver, an attorney that was in Tampa. And my family, my cousin, he's like a second cousin, he's passed away, but another relative runs it. But there's a trucking company in Brooksville called PTL Trucking, Praise the Lord Trucking. That's my family. That's my mother's cousins started that.
Yeah, I love it up there. I missed it up there, but all the work's down this way, so I'm down here. I side houses. I work on Anna Marie Island. I side houses there. And
that's a nice area.
Ceilings, exterior. Starting to get into some interior stuff. Working in the air conditioning.
Oh yeah. So, what got you into the Bigfoot thing?
Well, when I was 13. We lived on a lake, and my family was over for Thanksgiving, and me and my uncle decided to go off in the canoe and do a little fishing. And we were sitting there, and I just happened to look up and made eye contact with a large male. And when he made eye contact with me, he wasn't too happy about it. He made a loud sound and knocked over a tree and turned around and walked off. And ever after that day, I would see him out my bedroom window. Anytime I would go off into the woods, you know they're there. You know what I mean? You can feel their presence. And so grew up there and then ended up leaving. And then about 15, 20 years later, I ended up with that same piece of property, working cattle on it and hog hunting off of it. The deal was I took care of the cattle. I got to hog hunt there. And, so I spent a lot of time out there, seen a lot of things out there, had a couple experiences in, Tampa Palms, of course, right?
Right.
Right there off the interstate, Flatwoods and all that.
Right.
Seen one out there one night, hunting with some fellas. We were on the golf course and had not a sighting, but when we look, there's a bridge that walks over part of the swamp in the golf course, and just happened to look down and seen a big, huge, hairy figure, and had quite a few experiences. Went on and off, but the main one, the best one, was we were coon hunting one night, and we had just got the dogs, hog hunted for years, and decided since there were so many coons on the property, we go ahead and get some coon dogs. So all my buddies come up and we made our round, did our usual loop, and we run some coons and treat a few, and it was all young dogs we were working with, unexperienced, and we get back to the truck, and my buddy looks at me, pulls his Garmin up, and he's like, "Man, that dog's out there, he's working hard." said, bro, your dog's hiding under the truck. And so we go find out what's up with the collar. And, you know, I'd always told them that there were skunk apes out there, and they always laughed at me. And so we go walking in, we get to the center of the property. And when we get to the center of the property, every time we would get close to the collar, it would move. And then it would move, you know. So it was circling us, and it was making loud noises, beating the bush, jumping in the trees. And finally it touched my buddy, and he had enough. He turned pale, and big guy, you know, and he said, screw that collar. I don't need that collar. Let's go. So we went back like 2 days later to where the last tracking of the collar was, and it was about 8 foot up in the tree. I had a dog attacked out there one night. And, you know, you can tell when they're on a hog or they're on another animal. And it had got after one, and it cracked it in the head, split its head open. Dog come back to me. And, you know, just recently I moved down here close to Mayaca. And of course, you know, once you get the bug, you got the bug. So you always got to look, you know. And I've had 3 trips out there, and within 2 trips, I've found what I call like a nesting area. You know how a deer lays in the grass and it makes a bedding area.
Right.
We found a bedding area shaped just like a large bipedal, you know, Bigfoot, skunk ape, whatever you want to call it. And in that same area, we found footprints, and we found hog dismembered, tore apart, thrown everywhere, you know. And then the second time I went out there, like maybe a month later, this was like a couple weeks ago, wasn't too long, I found perfect footprints, 1 step and 2 step. They were about 6 foot apart.
Was that in the Mayaca State Park itself, or
yeah, that's in
surrounding
Mayaca.
forest?
The rest of it happened up towards the Green Swamp up there.
Yeah, I've done some research in Mayaca, and it's so overrun with hogs. It makes it so difficult to really find it. I mean, I've never seen a place so ate up with hogs. And I went out there a couple years ago, and I went really far back. I mean, I probably could have taken this trail for miles and miles and miles, but I got to the point where I got tired, and I could hear the hogs. I could literally hear them across this creek that was running parallel with me. So a lot of hogs out there, a lot of hogs.
Problem is they don't let people out there to hunt them. You know.
Yeah.
They set traps up, and hogs are too smart for traps. They don't fall for it. Once a hog sees a trap, it tells the rest of the family about it, and they never go in it. That's why you always see the traps in the preserves, and there's grass growing up around it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how our research area is in East Georgia. It is covered up with hogs.
Yeah. I feel like they follow the hogs around. You know, hogs are just like cattle or any other animal. They make a big circle, and seemed like the property where I had all my experiences is they were always with the hogs. Like they always circled with them.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a really good food source, and there's plenty of them, especially in the state of Florida. There's plenty. And I've come across one, it's been about a couple years ago. I got a video on it on my channel where we found it. It was only about a 20-pounder, small hog, but its back legs were broken.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know anything out there that would hunt a hog and just break its legs.
No.
You know what I mean? And it was dead. It was definitely dead. Nothing had been removed from it. No entrails, no nothing. It was, you could see it was cut down the center, but nothing was removed. It was pristine. And, but the legs were broken. You could literally see the knuckle joints sticking out of the legs. So I thought that was very awkward. I mean, I can't say what did it, but I can tell you what didn't do it.
Yeah. It's always, I don't know what did it, but the obvious leads to, you know.
Yeah. And that's how I am when I document. I just document and say, you know, this is strange. And, you know, I know a bear wouldn't do this because they would have killed it in taken it away, or a Florida Panther would have killed it and carried it off somewhere.
Yeah, they're going to carry it off and they're going to eat it.
Yeah, but this thing was just fine. Went back about a week later, and there was no sign of it. I mean, there's no hair, no nothing. It didn't rot there. It was just gone. You know what I mean? So something came back and got it.
Trying to figure out. There's got to be a way to turn this up. Audio.
Yeah, unfortunately, what's going on is as Richard talks, your phone is picking up him talking, so that's making it difficult. Also, you're kind of getting like a echo effect. Anytime either one of us talk, it comes through your end and then picks up on your microphone. So
I can hear good enough. It'll be all right.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, we were running on a time restraints today, but usually we get together.
Yeah, it was just
minutes.
one of those days, man. I thought I was going to be home earlier, and then traffic, and then the wife's like, "Can you pick dinner up? And can you do this?" And you know how it goes.
I thought, hey, look, this is par for the course for us, man. This isn't the Joe Rogan experience. We have, yeah, we make it work though.
So
yeah, I got 9-year-old twins. They mugged me when I walked in the door. I'm like, I got stuff to do.
So do you go up to the Green Swamp quite frequently?
I used to. Like, I grew up there, so we would always ride the trails and go hunting and fishing, and I spent a lot of time on the Withlacoochee River, and that's where I've had all my experiences. Like, really, is off the Withlacoochee River. A little lake that leads off of it, just off of Richland.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of Florida research groups that spend a lot of time in Green Swamp. You know, I've been invited a few times, and I'll probably go at some point. But my attitude is if there's at least 6 different groups that go out there and research. So I'm like, one more is probably too much, and with that many, they should find something. You know what I mean? So
well, a lot of them go out during the day. You're going to have most of your experiences at night.
Yeah.
It's between 11 and 3 o'clock, 11 at night and 3 o'clock in the mornings when all the magic happens. And, being that we were always hog hunting at night, that's when we would have our experiences, All
right. Now, do you just independently research, or do you have a group that goes out looking for this thing?
I wouldn't call it researching. I don't know. It's just something that happened when I was younger, and, I kind of let it go for a long time. And now I don't know. It's just something to do, so it gives me a reason to go out in the woods and get away from the world and,
right.
Be in my own little world. So that, and I'd like for my kids to have a few experiences, like for them to know the truth. So.
Right. They go out there with you?
Oh yeah. They're troopers. Like I said, I got 9-year-old twins, and I've been taking them hiking since they could walk. They'll do 20-mile hikes with me now, which
oh wow,
most adults can't even do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that's great.
And I like to go off trail too, so you find your best stuff off trail.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. I'll walk a trail just to get to a certain distance, and then I break off and start.
Find them game trails and just follow them.
Yep, just rummaging through and see what I can find and stuff like that. So, any other what kind of evidence do you see when you're out there? Have you found prints or structures or?
Can you repeat that?
What have you found anything other than anything in the nature of footprints or structures or anything like that?
Okay. So the first one that I seen, the big male that I made the eye contact with, the area that I seen him at, there was piles of trees that looked like they had been brought in with an excavator, but there's no way for an excavator to ever be brought into that area. And they were piled up high and then there was tunnels that would go inside of them. And I mean, that was the same exact spot where I had my first sighting, and I found that. One of the theories I have is the underground aquifers. I noticed too, when I seen most of them at that property, they were near the aquifers, like, and I don't know. I'm guessing maybe that's where some of the smell comes from, is being underground and stuff like that. But I think they travel underground, even in the
In
water.
in that particular area, that's how you think they get around?
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, up there, Citrus County and all that, there's a lot of cave systems. There's a lot of unknown cave systems. When you think of Florida, you don't think of caves, but they're here.
Oh yeah, I know there's some up in the Panhandle area and stuff like that. See where I'm from, there's nothing like that. There's no caves, no nothing. I mean, it's
Right.
large masses of pine forests and stuff like that. And we have occasionally a creek or some ponds and stuff like that, but nothing that I would consider they would be capable of going underground in this area.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's up towards Citrus County, and what we call it, the Ridge. The center of Florida, where you get the high country.
Yeah, that's where I'm in Highlands County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but we don't have anything like that here. There's no caves. It's so sandy here. If you try to dig a hole, it's just going to collapse inside and stuff like that.
Yeah, sandy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of lime rock and clay up there. And
right. Yeah, I don't know. Do you got tell us about, when you're going out, are you taking any equipment? Are you taking anything to, do you go out there with, do you have night vision, or do you have thermals or anything like that?
No, normally we just go out and try to leave our flashlights off and be as discreet as possible. Like I said, a lot of the times when we're out and we have our experiences, it's not even really looking for it. We're normally dog hunting, and we're hunting hogs with the dogs. So, it's maybe the excitement of the dogs stirs them up or something. I just, but recently I've been going out more just looking, and, like I said, it's stuff that happened years ago. And
well, the one that you talked about first that said that was looking out at you, and then it broke brush to get away. Describe what he looked like. Kind of go into detail on what you remember as height or face.
He's probably about 7 foot tall. He had an Aboriginal face. He had the large nose with the eyebrows and not much facial hair. He was kind of groomed. He didn't have real matty, shaggy hair. Dark black eyes. Real dark eyes, and loud, very loud.
How close were you to it when you saw him?
Maybe 20 feet, 30 feet. Like I said, we were in the canoe, and he was just on the shore behind the tree line watching us fish. And I think he was just watching us, and I just happened to look up at the right time, and he didn't like me making eye contact with him.
Oh, he knew he was busted. He knew he was caught at that time.
Yeah, he was busted, and he wasn't happy. But he would, you would see him at nighttime, because my bedroom window was lined up with the same area. The property where I seen him was right behind my bedroom window, and you would see him walking the edge of the lake at night sometimes. Just wake up and just happen to look out there and see him, and it's more of a I was just lucky enough to be there kind of situation.
What about the adults in your life there? Did you talk to them about it at all?
Oh, they laughed at me. They were drinking that day, so they laughed and just kind of shook it off and went about their business, and never really talked about it much to them. They weren't really supportive with anything I did. So
yeah. Well, adults do that to adults with
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's hard to get people to pay attention that have not had their own experiences, unfortunately.
Yeah. My uncle was with me though. And, I haven't seen him in years. He got in a bad car accident and it kind of changed his life. So, he's not much of himself anymore. But last time I did see him, we talked about it and he had brought it up. So, I mean, but, most people just don't believe it unless they see it. And
Yeah.
it's just one of those things.
Well,
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and it's you really can't blame people. I was a huge skeptic myself with all this starting out, and the whole thing sounds ridiculous. But until you have that experience yourself, it's hard to wrap your brain around it.
Yeah. Just sounds like a legend, but there's been so many legends, so many different cultures and everything, they all have their stories, so
Well, I mean,
it's
if people you spend a couple weeks looking into the topic, and you realize that every single generation of human beings that have been in North America have reported these things.
yeah.
It's not like and it's not and what's actually kind of interesting, I I don't know if you guys saw this, but David uh, Paulides was on Joe Rogan the other day, and I was pleasantly surprised
yeah,
because
yeah,
usually when Joe Rogan has like Les Shroud on there, Survivor Man, all he does is just make fun of him the whole time. It's excruciating to listen to.
Right.
But this time with David on there, he was actually kind of opened up, and Joe was actually spitting some facts that he knew about it, and talking about how the Native American cultures all have a place for Sasquatch in their culture, and they don't include a bunch of other, a whole bunch of crazy things. They've got a
Right.
limited amount of creatures uh, that they recognize in their culture, and Sasquatch is one of them. But if for those of you who have not seen it, it's actually worth watching. Usually, I would say Joe Rogan and Sasquatch just ticks me off, but that one actually turned out to be pretty good. I was surprised.
Right.
I,
I have to check
I
it
would
out.
say I'd watch it, but I can't stand Pilates. I can't stand him. I've been shoulder to shoulder with him, and the guy is just. And then when that documentary came out, that one guy did a documentary on him. It was not flattering to Pilates at all. Kind of
Cocky.
opened the
He's too
veil
cocky.
to. Oh yeah, he's definitely narcissistic. That has a lot to do with. I may not go to the conference this year, so it'll be the first conference I missed in over 4 years, and it's just I'm not. There's really not a guest this year I'm really excited about seeing. I don't know yet.
I
It's
feel
getting
like a
close.
lot of those people are pretending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're pretending and they're trying to sell something. And I don't think half of them are really true on what they talk about.
Yeah, you get that sense, especially when it comes to David Pilates. I think he's just, trying to sell books. That's it, trying to be famous. But, it's, I mean, Brockman's going to be there. But you've heard him so much. I don't know what new he's going to talk about this time. You know what I mean? So,
Right. It's going to be the same
um,
story.
yeah, Cliff. I've heard his stuff, and so I don't know. It's not that I dislike him. It's just like I don't know what new information I'm going to hear.
Right.
The Skunk Ape Roundtable is usually interesting. They've got a couple of good people on there that I know personally that should do a good job. But being 3.5 hours away from me, I don't want to go up there just to watch an hour's worth of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I haven't decided yet. Have you been to the conference?
No, sir. I've looked at it and I've thought about it, and then I priced the tickets, and that just, like you said, 3 hours for a couple hours of talking for that much money.
Yeah.
isn't in my budget.
Yeah, I think the general admission's like $35.
Right.
You know, I mean, I've done the VIP thing and went up there for a whole weekend and got a hotel room and stuff like that. You know, um, but again, you know, I'll do it when there's really good guests there, people that I'm really interested in meeting this person and talking
Right.
to them.
Yeah, I got a
But
few people I'd like to meet. So I mean, eventually one year I might make it up there, but you know, right now it's just not something I'm too worried about.
yeah, it's like I said. So far, I'm not really like, oh yeah, that person's going to be there. Oh yeah, you know, I don't know. It doesn't, you know. I mean, other than my friends, I know a lot of researchers in the state of Florida since I'm here, and seeing them is always a great thing. You know, all the different groups. I'm friendly with all of them. I respect all of them, and
Right.
you know, seeing them and talking to them and stuff like that's always fun. It's kind of like a family reunion. You just haven't seen these people in a while, and then every year you get together and you're able to talk to them and stuff. So I mean,
Right.
that would be about it. But I don't. Most of these people, I have their phone number. I can call them anytime I want. I don't need to
Right.
drive 3.5 hours, you know, and you know, spend the day there with them and stuff like that. When I can call them, and which I do call them, you know, most of them pretty frequently to see how they're doing and how life's treating them.
So you're in Highlands County, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Highlands County. So we have a lot of
Nice up
forest. Yeah, a lot of cattle. It's farmland. You know, it's
Yeah, old Florida.
it's old Florida. It's the side of Florida that when people think Florida, they think beaches, they think Disneyland.
Yeah.
They don't think you know, forests and lakes and stuff like that. You know, it's beautiful here. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else in Florida other than in the
No.
country like this.
We went down to the Everglades last weekend, but the mosquitoes were so bad that we didn't get much done.
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely something that's ran me out of the woods. I have a video where it says the title of the video is "Mosquitoes 1, Researchers 0."
Yeah.
Because
We
I got out in the video, you just see them swarming me, and I couldn't even take in a breath without a
Right.
mosquito going in my mouth. There were so many of them. So I finally said, I'm done. I'm out of here.
it was kind of funny because we went to Gator Hook Trail, and I've been there this time of year, you know, and me and a buddy drove down there and we got out, and I mean, as soon as we got out of the truck, I thought it was horseflies, you know, and then all of a sudden we got walking and they swarmed us. So we made a loop around the road out there. What's that, Big Cypress Loop?
Right.
Yeah, we did the ride and went to the reservation, but yeah, we didn't see much. Just a good ride, getting out, you know.
Well, they say because of the python population is so bad now that it's killed 90%.
Well, that's why we went
of
down there.
the
Is we
mammal.
was hoping to find a couple pythons, you know, get a couple
Yeah.
in the books, but I didn't see none. Just a bunch of alligators.
Wow.
And it's so dry down there right now. I mean, there's
Oh,
spots
yeah.
of water, but compared to the last time I was down there, it's dry.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand. We're going through a pretty big drought this year. Pretty big
Yeah.
drought. Everywhere I go, it's dry. It's just, you know, I cross the Peace River every weekend, and it's just puddles is all that's left
Yep.
of the river. Is just puddles.
The Peace River,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really dry right now. Where the Peace River campground is, they don't even have water behind it.
Wow. You know, even at Mayaca, because that lake dries up, and there's a huge sandbar.
You know,
in the
I
middle
was
of that
actually
lake.
surprised. The last time I was out there, it was actually kind of high compared to other times that I seen it, which was weird, you know, being that we are in a drought. I was expecting it to be way lower, but it was actually it was pretty high last time we were out there.
Yeah,
But,
it's pretty bad.
It was pretty
A lot
cool.
of-
We seen two gators. We seen two big bull gators fighting.
wow.
The kids got to witness that. They didn't know what to think.
The biggest gator I've ever seen, and I'm born and raised here. I'm fourth generation Floridian, And the biggest gator I ever saw was at Mayaca.
In Mayaca?
I mean, yeah, that thing was. I couldn't even begin to tell you how big this thing was. It was massive. And
I seen
right
one
on
like that, Manatee River, right, you know where Wright Preserve is, right?
right.
When you get just about to the dam, I seen one that had to been 15 foot, easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just for all the people up north that watch the show, or you're thinking about moving to Florida, we've got over 20 trillion gazillion gators, and they will kill you. All water has gators. We have mosquitoes that'll pick you up and carry you away and suck 20 pints of blood out of your body. So yeah, come on down. Come and visit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's beautiful. No, I love it here. I've had opportunities to go to other places, and I'm not leaving home. I love it here too much.
Yeah,
I go visit other places, but I'm stuck here.
Yeah. Yep. Born and raised here.
Yeah, it used to be nothing but orange groves and cow pastures. Now it's Publixes.
Yeah, Publix.
I can't get over how many Publixes are out there.
Oh yeah, Publix and strip malls, and now it's going to be golf courses. Golf courses everywhere.
Yeah, the golf courses are fun though. We used to get to hunt them, and because the hogs would go out there and tear them up, but like all the properties we used to hunt, they're all subdivisions now. So it's
well, we're losing. People don't realize we're losing a lot of land, a lot.
Yeah.
Johnny's experiencing that as well. Where he's at, there's some kind of corporation building in the area that he researches in. And it sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we can't stop them from coming here, so we just got to deal with it, and hopefully the center of the state stays the way it is. They're trying to save it, but we got all the Panthers now, and they keep moving north, so maybe they can keep the building from coming.
Right.
I tell people when they talk about Bigfoot, I ask them how many Florida Panthers they've seen.
Yeah.
Like I've probably seen more Sasquatch or skunk apes than I've seen Florida Panthers.
I had that same discussion with my dad. Yeah, my dad. We were just talking the other day, and we know Florida Panthers exist. I mean, they're here, and there's no doubt. I mean, other states will claim, they're not here or whatever. Florida Panther is one of our primary animals, so we know it's here.
And they're further north than they lend it off to be. I mean, I've seen them up in Hernando County years ago.
And I told him, I said, and I know they're in the area I research because people have come out of there and shown me photos, but yet I've never seen one. I'm 57 years old and have yet to see a panther. That's how hard it is. That's how smart these things are in the forest. I mean, if they don't want to be seen, they won't be seen.
No, they're watching
us. And
I
think it's the same as I think it's the same as a Sasquatch. If they don't want to be seen, they won't be seen. They're smarter than us in the woods. As far as intelligence goes, that's questionable, but they are smarter than us in their environment. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, they're definitely smarter than us because they stayed in that environment. We had to come out into civilization, and
Right. Well, it's and I always use the panther as an example when I talk about the intelligence of Bigfoot, because a lot of people talk about how smart they are, but you got to define it. You got to define what intelligence is, because you're a hunter. I was a hunter. We go out in the woods. We're not quiet about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're gonna break brush. Especially at nighttime, we're not as nimble as an animal. We're stepping on
and
things.
Then with me, I take dogs, and I got 5 to 10 dogs on the ground running around. I'm definitely making a ruckus.
Yep. And you might light up a cigarette or a cigar or whatever. There's things that we do that notifies the entire ecosystem that we're out there. And The first thing an animal does, rabbits do it, squirrels do it, panthers do it, is they stop. When you come near, they stop and they get low, and they
Yep.
don't move. They don't move. They just blend into the area that they're in, and they're usually right, we walk right by them. You know
Yep.
what I mean? And I think that's what a Sasquatch does is he'll
Definitely.
freeze.
And
He'll
a
freeze
lot of my
and just-
experiences, that's what it was, and like I said, my childhood wasn't that great, but I was lucky enough to be in an area where I could disappear into the woods and be by myself. And a lot of the times they were just watching me. And, when you're a kid and you're alone, you notice stuff like that.
Right.
When you got somebody else with you or you're doing something else, you don't really notice it, but they were always watching, and you would barely see them,
Yeah.
I found footprints in briar patches, where blackberry patches. Nobody in their right mind is going to walk through that barefooted. You know what
Right.
I mean? And
I found some areas where I literally have to wear snake gaiters to walk through
Right.
because of the briars will rip my legs and my pants apart. You know what I mean? And especially if there's this little vine. I don't know what it's called. It's a very thin, small vine, but man,
Right.
it will tear you up.
oh
And
yeah,
I found areas where I have to walk through that to get to some evidence. And I'm like, let's say for example an arch. I'll find a really good arch that's definitely questionable, and you've got this vine that's everywhere that will tear you up. For something to walk in there and create something, it's they know what to do. They know how to get in and out. So
like you said, they hide. They get down low, and they'll be hiding. They're big as they are. They're hiding behind bushes, and they're just watching what we're doing.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, John, I saw your question. We talked about it a little bit earlier. John Stewart's asking if I'm going to the conference this year. I don't know yet. We talked about it a little bit earlier. John, I'm not sure. I'm not with the guests that are there. I'm not really like overly excited this year on who's going to be there, other than seeing all my research friends and stuff like that. So I don't know. I haven't made up that decision yet. If I go, it'll be just a day pass type ticket instead of the overnight thing and stuff, and just drive up and drive back. But that's a long drive for me to do. To spend 9 hours there on my feet all day and drive 3.5 hours to get there and 3.5 hours back. So I don't know. Haven't decided yet. So, Adam Pierce, Adam. Adam says,
Yeah.
"What's up?" He's in there.
What's up, buddy?
Good to see you, Adam.
My long distance cousin that's not my cousin.
Yeah. As I told him, I said, "Y'all ain't related, are you?" So
Somewhere down
Adam's
the line.
Adam's a good guy. I like Adam.
Yeah,
And
he's a great guy. I enjoy him.
We talk quite
They
frequently.
had a good show on last night.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy. So he's helped me out, and I try to help him out. So see it on the screen. He says, "Good to see you guys." So, well, is there anything else you want to add, Ryan? Anything you want to? Any experiences?
Not really. I
anything
kind of
that
went
you-
over most of my stuff. Sorry, I'm not that interesting today. Like I said, it's been one of those days, and but I definitely appreciate you having me on, and I hope to have
Well-
some more stuff for you in the future.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's put me, keep me as a contact, and if something pops up, and you can, you got my number. It's in your messenger.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Just call me and say, "Hey, I've got something. You want to see it or look at it?" And or if you're like, "Hey, we can get you back on the show and stuff like that," and I'm sure Adam would have you back on his show if you come up with something.
Definitely.
And, and maybe someday we'll run into each other. Like I said, I'm in and out of the woods, and I'm in Florida
Yeah,
as
if
well.
you're ever in Mayaca, I'm only like 20 minutes away. If you ever want to plan a trip there, and I'll take you back to where I've had some good sighting, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we
I
can do
haven't
it.
seen it yet, but I know he's there.
I think Mayaca. As many times as I go, I can't remember how long it takes. Probably about an hour and a half to get there, so it's not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Not too bad. No, it's an easy ride. It's just a long ride. 'Cause
Yeah,
I take
yeah. Middle
70,
of nowhere.
yeah,
There's no gas stations.
yeah. So it's one of those things where it's not it's not a lot of traffic. It's not busy. It's just long. You know what I mean? It's just country roads. But because I'm not far from Arcadia. I'm only 45 minutes from Arcadia, and then
Arcadia. Yeah, Arcadia is nice.
yeah,
We almost
Very-
moved out there, but moving out here was just more it's not too far from where I work. Arcadia would
Yeah.
have been like an hour and a half trip every morning.
yeah. But we can probably plan something because my girlfriend has to leave the country. She's a school teacher, high school teacher, and she's already obligated herself to teach abroad for
Right.
for a while. So that opens up
That's
my
interesting.
weekends again. Yeah, it opens up my weekends again to get out and get back in the woods and stuff like that.
Right.
Really, really want to do some camping because I really miss camping. I camp out a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm waiting for this fire ban to get over. Yeah. You can't
Yeah.
go camping without fire. It just ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there's loopholes in that. They say you can if you have a grill. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
carry a small grill, one of those little ones,
Right.
kind of Weber looking grills, and I
Right.
just throw wood in that and set that on fire.
Yeah, I use the bottom of my smoker. I have one of them little round smokers where the top comes off, and I
Right.
have my fire in there.
So, but maybe
But
we can
there's
get together
some
and
good primitive campsites out in Mayaca that I want to hit at nighttime. You know, like I said, everything good happens at night. So
yeah. Do you go out alone? Do you have buddies that are interested and go out with you?
I got a younger kid that goes with me. He's about 25, and most people don't like to go to the woods with me because like I said, I do kind of go off trail, and
Right.
I'm bad about taking people in places they don't want to go.
Right.
So, but yeah, he sticks with me. He goes with me, and he enjoys it, you know. So, and then my kids, my daughter, she'll go so far before she starts whining, and my little boy for 9 years old, man, he'll tough it out and he'll follow his daddy. So,
Right.
but other than that, I mean, back when we were younger, my wife, she would go everywhere with me, but now that she's older, she kind of pulls her card out and says I'm staying home, you know.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to plan something. You know, I'm not too far.
I
and
know,
stuff
I
like
know how
that
that is with the wife. If it's not even 60 degrees,
Right.
there's no wife involved. It used to be where she would run around in the woods naked with me at one time.
Right.
But
Oh man, me
those
and
days
mine,
are over with.
yeah, we hog hunted for years, and I mean, she would always, man, I'd catch the hogs and I'd grab them because we always tried to catch them live, and she'd pull my dogs off, and you know, after we had the kids, man, she just she mellowed out on me. But
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
life. I guess somebody's got to be here if something happens to me. So
Exactly. While we're running around being crazy in the woods.
she knows I'm just a big kid. I'm never going to grow up.
Yep, that women don't understand that with guys. They always say that y'all will never grow up. Yeah, they're right because we choose not
Yeah.
to.
I'm lucky though. Mine understands it. We've been together 23 years, so
Yeah.
we're.
No, I
I
haven't
got
found
lucky.
anybody to tolerate me that long.
Yeah, I don't know why she tolerates me.
Yeah, I don't know why mine tolerates me either. So that must be the secret.
Yep. Just don't know.
Just don't know.
All right. Well, it's
All
been
right,
fun.
Ryan.
And like I
Well-
said, anytime you want to hit me up and go out in the field and do something, just let me know, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not far. Like I said, she's got to leave in the latest she'll be here is June 30th.
Okay.
So even though July, August, and stuff is the hottest months, I'm free. I'm open for the weekends. And,
All right. You just let me know any weekend and we'll get together. And I can travel a little bit further too. I mean, it's no big deal. We can meet in the middle or something. Maybe somewhere in
All right.
Arcadia or.
yeah, I
figure
don't
it
know
out.
too many places there to go.
I'll be honest with you. I can still, if you're into like canoeing or kayaking, I can take you to the area where I had all my experiences off the river.
I do own a kayak.
Okay, well, maybe we can meet up on the Withlacoochee River somewhere. I don't want to give out the location, but
Right.
towards Brooksville.
Yeah,
And
that's a long drive for me.
I can take you to the spots where I seen them.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
fun. I haven't been out there in years, so that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. And you can still remember the exact location?
Oh, like I said, I grew up on those properties. I got them right here, everywhere.
Right on. Right on. All right, Ryan. Well, it was good meeting you, and
Yes, sir.
keep my information and drop
Definitely.
me a line. Drop me a line anytime.
I
and,
will.
I'm pretty available. I'm one of those guys that's always available after 9 o'clock at night. I'm a night person. I
Yeah, I'm
work
normally
nights.
after 6. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm by myself, so I don't.
All right.
When I'm at work, I'm all by myself, so I don't mind getting phone calls.
Gotcha.
All right, Ryan. Well, it was good meeting you, and have a fantastic Memorial weekend.
I will.
Me and Johnny are both veterans, so we want to remind everybody that this weekend is for.
Well, I'll go ahead and thank you guys now. So we appreciate everything y'all do.
I appreciate the opportunity to serve.
Yeah, right.
So everybody just remember this weekend, it's for those that have sacrificed the most. And those service members and those family members, that's what it's all about. So think about that when you're eating hot dogs.
Yeah, I'm going to go eat some chicken wings.
All right, Ryan. Take care, man, and we will talk to you later.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Have a good one, bud.
Anytime. You too, bud.
All right, Johnny. Again, I want to tell
man.
you, Johnny, I hope you have a great Memorial weekend. I have to work, so it's a regular time.
Yeah, I'll be working too, man. I've worked weekends for almost 15 years now. So
yeah, I don't
it
get
is
holidays,
what it is.
So I don't get Christmas, I don't get Thanksgiving. I got to work. So nature of the beast, but
Gotta pay them bills.
Got to pay them
bills.
Girlfriends are expensive
Keep the
too.
lights on. Yeah.
But again, everybody have a fantastic 3-day weekend. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Please be safe. Don't drink and drive. And hopefully we're going to be back on soon. I'm sorry it took so long that we didn't have a guest, but we were just so busy, and there was no use in setting something up. Johnny's a busy man with his family and sports, and like I said, my work schedule is just crazy right now. So trying to do things, but definitely going to promise to get back on track. So, hey, I wish I was going with you, John. Wish I was. He says he's going out squatching this weekend. And,
yeah, we just got back from the happy place.
I want to go back there someday, dude. There's a lot of times I think about that place, and now that I know it, even though I was only there for a couple days, there's things I want to do there. There's places I want to check out there.
We've been going out there. Hank and Lloyd both have been going out there for a couple of years now with me, and Hank has had he's had a few things happen over the years. One of which was seeing something during the day that was all black and did not look like a hog to him. So he's had a few more things happen, but this last trip, we just got back this past weekend. We went out there, but a month before that, we went out there, and we had the most activity that we've had in a very long time. I'm working on the video from it, and I will tell you this. People talk about weird things that happen while they're doing Sasquatch research, and I'm sure everybody knows my beliefs by now. If it happens, I report it. If it doesn't happen, I don't report it. It's just the way it is. But we have a rule: if it does happen, we have to report it, no matter how it makes us look or how it makes us feel. And I personally experienced something that I don't understand out there. Basically, I was basically approached by the only thing that I know how to describe it is an invisible lightsaber, is what it sounded like. And around the same time, um, Hank heard a similar noise, but kind of completely different. Then we had a wood knocks that Hank heard that I didn't hear. Lloyd heard wood knocks and vocalizations. Um, a lot of the stuff was recorded, but there's a lot of discrepancies between what people heard and what was actually recorded. And then Hank got to the point to where he was looking at this star that he thought was moving and he felt drunk. It was the weirdest experience that I have personally had while doing this. And I don't know what happened. None of us do. All I know is what we did record is your typical, you know, uh, Sasquatch indicators. The vocalizations and the wood knocks were super obvious. There were multiple. We had one night where we think something came in and messed with Hank's vehicle. So we definitely, finally, for the first time, both of those guys got to experience, um, at least something to where they're like, yes, that was 100% Sasquatch. But at the same time, I experienced something that I don't understand. So what it was, I'll never know. Again, the video should be coming out within the next couple of days. It's been over a month ago that this happened, but I knew we were going back out there again, and I wanted to talk to Hank and Lloyd, let them listen to the audio, and then go over everything again to try to get a better idea of what happened. And it was weird, man. It was really weird, but we know they're still out there, 100%. So I don't know. I really don't know. And to be honest with you, it's one of those things that I didn't even want to talk about. But that's not the rule, unfortunately. The rule is the truth is the truth.
That's right.
So
that's right. Hey, Icebox just jumped in. He's out at Salt Fork. They're doing a camp out at Salt Fork, so he jumped in real quick just to say hey. So they're
awesome.
doing their Bigfoot thing out there at Salt Fork.
Yeah. Well, that's about it, man.
I've had a couple of weird things happen lately. I caught them both on video. One, I don't know what it is. I have no explanation. I actually showed it to Frank Middleton, and we were talking about it, and he doesn't know what it is either. But it's some lights in this field that are just kind of like strobing left and right, kind of like the Kit car. You remember Knight Rider? But you could tell it's moving back and forth very clearly. But it's white. It's white light, not red light like the car, and it's moving back and forth. It's probably about 300-400 yards away, but I did catch it on video. I don't know what it was. It stuck out like a sore thumb when I was on patrol, and I looked across this field, and bam, there. I mean, it was just bright. And then a second thing is 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, I caught a UFO. There's no doubt it's a UFO. I'm not into UFOs.
Really?
I believe in the UFOs. I absolutely 100% believe in UFOs. I've never denied that. I've been in the military. We've seen some crazy stuff. At first, I thought it was a satellite because you've looked at satellites. They're very small, and they're usually a straight line across the sky. And I caught it on video. So it's on my the night vision, but clearly you can see it, and it's zigzagging. It's turning around. It's going back and forth. It's all over the sky. It's literally all over the sky, and so I had to edit it and everything because of a lot of background noise. I couldn't allow to be on video, but so I put a little kind of creepy music to it, and that's it. No narration or anything like that. But I'll share that with you. Not on here since this is a Bigfoot channel, but I'll share it with you and let you look at it. And
oh, dude, I love UFO stuff.
Yeah, I'll show you both. I'll send you both today. Now the one video is a couple minutes long.
No, they're real. I don't know what the heck they are, but
Yeah, the light
ah,
one
crap.
that I saw in the
What
fields
happened?
it's only 30 something seconds, so I can show you that. The other one is over 2 minutes, so I have to send you that through Messenger or something like that. I can't send it through text or anything like that.
Probably the best way to anything that's over a minute that won't send through that, just do it in Drive. Google Drive is probably the best way to do it.
I've tried to figure that out. I can try again.
Yeah, you just download it to Google Drive and then send it from Google Drive. Or
Okay.
you can actually, the easiest way to do it is download it onto your Google Drive and then send an email with an attachment from Google Drive.
All right, I'll try that. I'll
Yeah.
try that. I'll do that when I'm at work. I'll try to figure that out. But I'll send you that, and I'll send you the one I can send you in a text message or something. It's just 30 something seconds long or something like that. And
Oh,
and I kept it short because of that purpose. Is like, oh my God, if I got to share this, I need it. I'll be able to share it. But I did take multiple videos, but they're all fairly the same, just different angles because I'm moving around. So I saved one. But the one on definitely the one it's a UFO. There's no doubt about it.
yeah.
I'll find a way to send it to you so you can look at it.
Cool, man.
So
Look forward to it.
all right,
All right,
well,
bud.
good
You
seeing you,
have fun at
buddy.
work.
Yeah, man, and you take care. Tell your family, that I care about them. They're like family to me. Your family. So I hope everybody's doing wonderful and the baby's doing great.
Oh yeah, baby's scooting around now. She's a little escapee. You can't turn your back.
Nice.
Yep, yep.
So it begins.
It begins. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll get another guest. I've actually talked to a couple people. I got another dude I need to contact here from. He's from Georgia. I had a long phone call today with another guy um, that back in the 80s and 90s, he had a lot of activity in the area that we just started going to, which is actually the second set of researchers that I've met here recently that have stories from this particular spot. And just for the naysayers, he also saw a mountain lion in the same exact area where another person reported a mountain lion. And for those of you that say there are no mountain lions in Georgia, I know the dude that was over uh, pretty much North Georgia in the Chattahoochee National Forest, and he's reported directly to me that there are mountain lions in Georgia. They've been reported along with, I guess, sometimes we actually get in southern parts of Georgia, we get Florida panther up there also.
Yeah.
So, to all you naysayers out there, there sure are a lot of people that
Oh,
have seen
I'm
them.
animals don't know boundaries, and I'm pretty sure whatever Florida Panthers that we have definitely cross over into Georgia, Alabama, stuff like that. Absolutely, I'm sure.
But there
So,
are, whether you can call them whatever you would like to, but there are big cats in Georgia, and they
yeah.
have been seen all over Georgia. So, anyway, all right, bud.
All
You
right.
have a good evening, and we'll talk to everybody later on.
All right, buddy. Again, thanks everybody for being here. I'm sorry again that it's been a few weeks since we've had a show, but we're trying to get back on track. It's summertime. There's a lot going on. Like I said, we've just been really busy. Again, have a fantastic Memorial weekend. God bless each and every one of you guys, and we'll be seeing you soon. Take care. God bless.